I see my doctor on the either the 24th or the 26th, and he's supposed to be releasing me to go back to work.
Once you're back to work, how much do you think you can pay on this towards each month?
I can do $50 a month then.
You can do the 50?
Yeah, I just with me going down to workman's comp, I was making my bring home was 40% of what I made before, and I've been struggling to pay my regular bills. It's been
So if I start a monthly payment beginning December 1st of $50, that'll give you some time to maybe get caught up and then start doing that. Would that work?
yes, sir, it would.
All right, so we'll do that then. I'll set it for a $50 a month payment beginning December 1st and the 1st of each month. And then what I'm going to do is, so we don't lose track of it, I'm going to set it for a review hearing in 4 months. All right.
Okay.
As long as you're making those payments, we'll cancel that review hearing. But if not, we're gonna get you in here and find out what's going on. If something happens that you're not able to make that $50 a month payment, you need to reduce it or adjust the due date on it, let us know. I'll work with you as long as you work with us on it. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You are good to go.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Person at the jail, what is your name?
Sue McKinney.
This is case number 254348FY, the people of the state of Michigan versus Sue Ann McKinney. Ms. McKinney, you met with somebody from Community Corrections this morning. You gave them some contact information. Is that information accurate?
Yes, sir.
Did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the defender's office today?
I believe, yes, sir.
All right. I have a complaint that alleges that on or about October 9th, 2025 in Herring Township of Wexford County, it is alleged that you committed the offense of retail fraud first degree as a second offender. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison and or a fine of $10,000 or 3 times the value of the property taken, whichever is greater. In count number 2, it is alleged that you committed the offense of trespass at Walmart. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 30 days in jail and or a fine of $250. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
Yes, sir.
On felony complaints, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can and will be used against you. You also have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning that you consent to, and you have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process. And if you could not afford one would be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
Request an appointment of attorney, sir.
And what is your current source of income?
Disability.
Court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. Will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and will set the matter for a preliminary examination. That's a hearing that's held here in the district court within 21 days. At that hearing, the prosecution is required to prove 2 things. 1, probable cause that the crime had occurred, and 2, probable cause that you were the person who had committed the offense. If the prosecution is not able to do that, the case would be dismissed. But if they are able to do that, you'd be ordered to be bound over and stand trial in circuit court. Prior to the preliminary examination, there'll be a probable cause conference. That's where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Historically, counsel, the only thing I show in the defendant's past is in 24 retail fraud second. The praxis scores her at a risk level 2, so low risk. Any comment regarding bond, Ms. O'Mara?
Yes, Your Honors. First, on the point of that previous charge, the defendant did tell me that she had done a delay of sentence and had completed that term of probation successfully. And it was her understanding that that charge would have been dismissed. So obviously it has not been, that has not happened, but that was her understanding. So there might be some error there, but that's less consequential for today. That's the only charge in her past. She is on disability. She lives in McBain. I don't see any threat of flight. It's, while it's retail fraud first, it's still stealing from Walmart, or allegedly stealing from Walmart. So I would ask for a first recognizance fine with no contact. Thank you.
I will state that the criminal history shows in that same transaction that there is a guilty plea to retail fraud second, and then there's also a dismissal, but it appears that they all occurred at the same time. But it does show that the dismissal, she was sentenced to probation for 12 months. So I'm not, lean isn't maybe the most accurate on that one. Ms. Lawrence, any comment regarding bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. While I understand her criminal history only has one thing on it, the Walmart asset protection officer did pull a file that they had kept on this defendant, which showed numerous thefts from Walmart, including one from August of 2023, 3 separate thefts in July 2024, one in September of 2024, one in July of 2025, an attempted theft in August 2025, an attempted theft in September 2025, and now this one in October. While I don't really know if those went unreported or what, Walmart sounded like they were extremely familiar with the defendant. I'm not sure, maybe a monetary bond would be appropriate in this case. I will leave that up to the discretion of the court. I am going to ask for a no contact order with Walmart, even though it has been clear from the report she has been trespassed from Walmart several times and has still continued to return. Other than that, I will leave bond up to the court. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lawrence, just so I'm clear, only because I understand the new program generates the complaints to look a little strange. It's a retail fraud first, but it's actually only first because it's based on a prior. Is that correct? All right. So Ms. McKinney, what that means is technically the amount that you've alleged to have taken makes it fall into a range of a retail fraud second degree because the value of the property allegedly taken was $200 or more, but less than $1,000. But because you have a prior conviction, it rises to a retail fraud first degree. That's what that meant. I am going to release the defendant on her own personal recognizance, which Ms. McKinney, that means that that's your promise to come back to court. I am going to order that you appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, and to commit no new crimes. Additionally, I am going to order that you not have any contact with Walmart. That means no contact with that store or the property at all. You can't be in the store, you can't be in the parking lot, you can't be out at the gas station out front. Does that do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll get your next court date before you leave the jail, and you'll probably be hearing from the defender's office in a couple days.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Yes,
Get fingerprinted.
they'll do that at the jail.
They'll do it at the jail. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep. Jail, are we able to do our next arraignment?
I'm gonna ask him right now.
Okay. All right, we'll stand by.
I'll stay. He didn't want to.